the bot battle begin.
In the BattleBots arena, armor is shredded, sparks fly, and the robots are torn to pieces.
Whoa, Scorpius has come off.
When the smoke clears, the teams are left with the carnage that remains. Today, Team Monsoon goes up in smoke, and Team Bombshell goes nuclear. Can their bots be repaired in time for the next fight, or will their championship dreams end here? This is BattleBots Resurrection. The members of Team Bombshell, led by Captain Michael Jeffries, are veteran BattleBots builders. Their bot is a tough vertical disc spinner with an interchangeable wedge and a set of solid double wheels. In their last fight against the infamous Yeti, they worked their drive overtime and caught fire by the end of the match.
Bombshell, which is smoking.
Oh, it's about to go up in flames.
With the possibility of another fight happening within a matter of hours, they open up the bot outside to assess the damage.
So we just lost a fight. Looks like we burnt up a couple of our drive controllers.
That foam did its job.
Yep. I know, I worked so hard on that foam.
Yep. Battery slid around a little bit.
How's the motor? Hot as... Yeah.
That was hot.
Yeah. This is the bent shaft, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is fire-resistant foam that we have inside the bot to pad all the batteries, all the electronics, because that happens. The pushing match at the end there, so it just that motor got too hot and it cooked the electronics.
There's one spot remaining in the BattleBots quarterfinals, and 6 teams are eligible. In order to break the tie fairly, the producers have organized a 6-spot rumble to decide who will take it. Bombshell has just learned that they will be a part of the last chance battle, but they'll need to clean out the fire damage as well as install a brand new, more powerful weapon if they want to stand a chance in the box with that many bots.
He got some good hits right there on us. I'm glad it was here and not a little further back. He would have potentially gotten another wheel with it. It's not quite straight like it used to be. Still runs. I think I owned a car like this in high school. When it's bent like that, it's a whole lot more friction in that box. And right at the end there, the motor controller, that's all she wrote, the magic smoke came out. It came with 3 wedges. One's a little bit lighter, so it's gonna allow us to put the other weapon on. It's twice as much hitting power.
We had damage to a motor, which probably caused damage to this motor speed controller and blew out the driving transistors, or FETs. But fortunately, no fire in the batteries. It's a lot harder to clean up and a lot more expensive.
Team Monsoon, led by Captain Tom Brewster of the UK, weren't so lucky. Their vertical bar spinner with a top speed of around 250 miles per hour was still no match against Team Son of Oyachi's powerful horizontal weapon. They took a hard hit early on and watched in horror as their batteries burst into flames.
Those were batteries.
Those are the batteries. They disintegrated.
Yeah. So one cool thing is, China batteries apparently decided to go into 1 million pieces when they burn, rather than just one lump.
Oh my god, it got absolutely wrecked.
There we go. That's only a little bit crispy.
With less than a day before they fight again, Tom and his team take Monsoon back to the pits to do a full assessment of the major repairs they now face.
So that's what we actually did. We have a spare bulkhead section. Our weapon bar is now a little bit bent. That should not happen, really. The batteries went up in smoke, but interestingly, I just went over to the Waiachi guys and bought a couple of spare batteries off them. The guys that destroyed them. The main worry for us is the chassis. As you can see, it's kind of a bit bent. This should be flat, right? And yeah, we're going to take out all the electronics. I've already started there. Rory from the Predator team is just checking out our motor that looks like it might be damaged. Look at this. That's 35 millimeters of hardened steel, and it's bent. How much was this, Sam?
About 600 quid, that was.
About 600 quid, there you go. You know, some teams come here with like 3 robots, and we just couldn't really afford that, so we've brought what we could afford. Next time, if there are any sponsors watching, sponsor Monsoon, yeah? Give us some money.
Meanwhile, Team Bombshell is preparing for the 6-spot rumble this afternoon by changing up the design of their robot.
So the aluminum rails used to stick up above the disc. We found that, when we get flipped upside down, sometimes that makes us, get stuck where we can't keep driving. So this time we cut them off. That also saved us a little bit of weight, so we could go up to our heavier disc, which has a lot more energy. And then it's testing weapon and getting it dialed in.
Let's do it.
Still don't like it. It's fun.
Just we can up the current, put the smaller.
Let's turn it off, feel the motors, make sure nothing's getting too hot.
I'm going to be gentle with it. We're not letting out that smoke. I don't want to spend another 4 hours rebuilding this thing.
The problems we're having, it's what's called cogging with the motor, where the motor doesn't quite catch right. So we're trying to adjust the settings in the motor controller to get it to spin up and run right, so we can really get in there fast and do some damage in the next fight.
We can't fight with a spin up time like that.
No.
Let's go put a small blade on it and call it.
With time running out before the Rumble, Michael and his team make the decision to switch back to the previous, less powerful weapon in exchange for the security of knowing it will spin up. As they head out to the battle box, an exhausted Team Monsoon gets their bot back in one piece.
The chassis is now mostly in shape. We've taken out our spare armor, the spare weapon bar, spare weapon bulkhead section. Tim has rewired the entire robot. Sarah's made a brand new battery box. We're nearly at the point where we can do a bit of a test, and then we'll be very happy.
With their fight less than an hour away, Team Monsoon installs their new armor and weapon, then gets in the test box to make sure everything runs smoothly.
This is our last shot of the final 16, so we're going all out.
Timing the weapon to make sure it spins up quickly is one of the most important parts of the test process. And Tom is looking for it to reach its max speed in under 7 seconds.
All right then. Success. Vaguely.
It's robot fighting time!
Bombshell won the last chance Rumble in a controversial judge's decision, and despite leaving the battle box unoperational, now must face another fight with the reigning champ, Tombstone, in under 30 minutes.
So after the Rumble, we took the bot apart, took a look at our gearboxes. One of them had sheared a key, so we got that replaced, got the gearboxes rebuilt.
It's just trying to put pantyhose on in the dark.
I wouldn't know how to put pantyhose on in the dark or with the lights on. To be honest.
on that one.
So having looked at the Rumble video, we lost drive right when we got chucked into the screws. So I'm wondering if the connection came loose in the controller.
We just plug up the drill battery. Disconnect that side necessarily.
Well, careful.
That's bad.
Having accidentally shorted one of their bot's controllers and without any spares on hand, the 10 minutes they have left before the fight might not be enough.
Let's start pulling it.
So we ran around the pits, found someone who's willing to get us a spare, and we're getting that installed now and programmed to the right settings for the bot.
How it goes?
Yeah, that's how it goes. It's robots. Things break and you fix them, and when you run out of spares, you adapt.
Now we just need to put the armor on and head out.
I'm sorry, guys. We're running.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we know.
Coming in.
The bot is patched up, but without a full test able to be performed, Bombshell must head to the scale to make sure it's still under the 250-pound limit.
245.5.
Despite their lack of time and spare parts, Bombshell somehow makes it out of the pits on time and heads to the box for a rematch with one of the scariest bots in this competition, Tombstone. Will they be able to pull out an underdog victory? And will Monsoon's repairs be enough? Find out on BattleBots.